Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hi guys.
We're looking at the trailer for Thinkistan. This is for MX Player. It's an MX original series, and this is starring Naveen Kasturia.
Yay!
So it's for season 1. This is already out. You guys can watch it now. But here we go. Let's check this out.
ये है MTMC, दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसी। यहाँ सोप को होप, क्रीम को ड्रीम और शूज को न्यूज बना के बेचते हैं।
Welcome to MTMC.
Because ours is a dirty business.
Hey Marai, मैंने इसका copy test पढ़ा है. It's very good, huh? It's nice to bump into you.
We should do this again sometime.
Oh.
इसी कैजुअल एटीट्यूड की वजह से ही ये एजेंसी डूबने वाली है।
इस एजेंसी को बचा ले मेरे दोस्त।
Excuse me. It's myself, Amit Shrivastava. I have work joined today.
Oh.
Touch, because that is what we were all born to do.
What an idea! Thank you, Eva.
वो कमाल है यार इंटरव्यू। कफ परेड में बैठ के इंग्लिश में एड बना रही है सारे देश के लिए।
Girls flirt करता है ना उसके साथ।
भाई मेरा पहला इंटरनेशनल वर्कशॉप होने वाला है इन बाली।
अंग्रेजी राइटरों की हुकूमत है, हम तो ऐसे ही हैं।
लिखने के लिए मेरे को पैसा मिलता है यार, जो मेरा फेवरेट चीज है।
हेमा को प्रमोट कर देते हैं।
अरे आप ऐसे कैसे घर पे पहुंच के चिल्ला रहे हैं उन पे? पूरे पैसे दे दूंगा मैं। 1 महीना दे दीजिए ना मेरे को। Trainee copy getting more तनख्वाह than junior copy. How? You going to Bali, I going to Ranchi. Why?
All of this is the right. लहर तुम्हें जहाँ भी ले जाए, ये कभी मत भूलना कि तुम कौन हो।
ये जो एडवर्टाइजिंग है ना, वो यहाँ बननी चाहिए। जमीन पे, ऊंचे केबिन पे नहीं।
बेटा जो हेमा है ना, बहुत अच्छा एजेंसी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, जो तू कभी नहीं बन सकता। पता क्यों? इंग्लिश। You savvy?
अगर हम ऐसे बोले तो शेक योर कमर दिस समर।
स्वागत है आपका थिंकिस्तान में।
That's a really interesting idea. Even in the titles, it's very much that duality between Hindi and English, and I think there is that kind of divide, isn't there? We've watched videos on this where there's this feeling that if you know English then you're superior, and because Naveen's character is more comfortable speaking Hindi, I'm assuming it's Hindi, then he's kind of looked down upon and not given the same opportunities and promotions as the copywriter, who I assume has the same level of skill as him, or maybe Naveen's character has more skill, but because he's not proficient in English, he's not getting those same opportunities, and it's not really fair. I don't know if this is something that's the same in India, but sometimes that, at least when I was growing up and we were being exposed to more things from the West, there was this sense of losing our culture. There was this movement to reclaim the culture and say to the youth, hey, these Thai things are cool. These Thai things have value, not just these Western things, these English things, these American things. So I feel like maybe that's something that they're touching upon here.
I think that's the overtone of the show in general, is that you have this character who doesn't know English, but he's got great ideas, but he's being kind of pushed aside in favor of this other guy just because he speaks English and can do poetry and stuff like that. We are neglecting to examine what someone has to offer because this other person over here. I mean, there's the same thing in, I believe the Philippines has this a similar issue where if you have someone who speaks English and Spanish, they are given preferential treatment over someone who just speaks the native language of whatever region there, because Philippines has a bunch of different languages.
Right.
And so I think that's a thing that they experience over there as well. English being spoken in pretty much any Southeast Asian country, I feel like it's a thing where it's like, oh, you're interesting and exotic.
It's definitely a mark of being maybe more high class, because not everyone, at least in Thailand, not everyone has the opportunity to learn English and learn English well. Because you
Right.
could learn it in school, but if you're in a public school, you might not get the best English tuition. So you actually have to have the money to go to special classes to get really good.
I think overall the show's message is that, you know, don't forget your roots, don't forget where you come from, don't forget what, you know, your people have to offer. Don't just be absorbed by this other culture over here because it seems exotic and cool. Like, remember where you came from, because there's a lot of good, fruitful stuff there that is worth holding on to and worth sharing with the world.
Not only that, but in the case of advertising, is remembering who you're advertising to. If, say, English is only resonating with 20% of the population, you're cutting out 80% of the population right there.
Right.
You know, it's not smart.
The other stuff going on in the trailer was interesting where, I mean, you see right away just how much attention this guy's getting. Emma's getting all the attention right away because he's a good-looking dude and he speaks English and all that stuff. He goes, we should bump into each other again sometime. And she literally just bumps into him right there. It's like, it's very overt what it's saying in terms of the treatment that these two characters are receiving. These guys are friends in the show, and over the course of it, you're going to see that the tension is going to build up, and eventually it's going to catapult into a major rift between them and in their friendship. Hopefully by the end of at least season 1, you're going to see the notion that these two guys are going to kind of learn from each other and maybe grow together again. Because I can't imagine you're going to string along several seasons of them just hating each other, and that's the show. I think the idea is that they're going to build up their friendship, and you learn to adore their friendship because they just have, you know, chemistry together. They get along well. Maybe he felt isolated, and this dude Hema is the only one who kind of, you know, took him under his wing, because it seems like no one else was giving him respect at the time of day.
Well, yeah, because he comes in, and this is a very different role for us to see Naveen in. Even the way he dresses, his mustache, the way he's carrying himself, he looks like someone from the country. And he's coming straight into the city, and he sticks out like a sore thumb. It's very obvious the obstacles that he has to overcome, because a lot of the time people in the city can be extremely judgmental. If you come from a small town in India or a small town in Thailand, people who have grown up in the city or are more familiar with the city ways are gonna look at you a certain way and judge the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself.
I feel like that's true of anywhere, though. I mean, even in the States, you get that. I feel like this isn't just limited to India, other than, I mean, if you take out the part about culture and whatnot and remembering your roots, I feel like this is a pretty universal message insofar as if you take someone out of the Midwest or anywhere in a flyover state in America and you just drop them into LA or to New York, there's going to be a lot of culture clash there that they're not ready for. Just as a small example, you know, if you live in, I guess, Idaho and you get a parking ticket, your parking ticket might be $15, $12 to $15, which is nothing, right? But you go to New York and you get a parking ticket, it's like $500. It's something bananas. If you're parked in the red, cops will probably be cool to you in those flyover states. But if you're in New York or in LA and you're in the red and the cop catches you, especially in New York, within a minute of you being in the red, a cop can come up and write you a $500 ticket. There's no empathy there. It's like, it's just being, no, you messed up. You can't be there. That's a lot to take in as someone who's not used to that kind of environment. I grew up in this environment, so I'm used to this kind of nature, this behavior.
Right.
And when I go to places like Austin, Texas, where it's a little bit more chill, it's still a city, but it's way more chill. It's a little weird because I'm driving like I drive.
Which is aggressive.
Which is very aggressive. It's very standard for LA. I drive LA normal. But I go to Austin or anywhere else in the States and it's like everyone drives so slow and I have to tame myself and go, that's just how people are here and I'm gonna calm down. You know? Because I'm like zipping around and there's California plates on my car. I'm like, I don't want to give them the wrong idea what Californians are like. So let me not do that. This has the potential to be a universal message, depending on the execution. So obviously we just have a sample of this. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of it, obviously go to, you know, MX Player.
Yeah.
You know, go to their website and sign up. There's the Google Play Store, App Store, and on the web, mxplayer.in. If you'd like to watch the show further, I'm literally just pulling that straight from the YouTube description, just so y'all know. This wasn't a prepared copy. MX Player didn't come to me and ask me to selfless tea, guys.
Yeah.
This is literally me just trying to share something different. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Do check out ACHARA KIRK and the Jaby KOAY on the social media if you feel like hanging out with us further. Got Instagram and Twitter. And also check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films and vlogs and interviews. I am Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.